This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, let's talk about it, man. You see, a lot of people, they do the 50-50, and
Go
then they
ahead,
talk
he
about
knows.
boxing, and then they talk in a variation, they talk in an aspect, they talk in doodle language, basically. They talk like they making you think that they know what they're talking about. You know, they'll copy He Knows Everything's monikers. There's only one dude on YouTube that has told you tactical aggression, technical punching placement, and body snatching work the levying onslaught of the punishment style. If you hear these terminologies anywhere else, you know it's being bitten. When He Knows Everything told you this fight is going to go down to who has the biggest will, that skills have nothing to do with the fight. So when you see titles say it's about will, but it's not about skill, it's a direct bite from He Knows Everything. Because back in 2018, He Knows Everything basically said the fight of Errol the True Spence versus Terence Crawford is going to boil down to who wants it more. Who can levy out more punishment? That is a will thing. That is an indomitable will thing. Now let's really break this thing down, because I'm going to tell you something you've never heard again from anywhere else. The square circle, you have to understand what it means, and I need to break this down. It's called the square circle. See, within the square circle, there is what's called a square circle. Whoosh! What I said was so deep and profound. I gotta let that marinate. That one has to marinate in the corpus callosum. Look at me, I'm closing my eyes. That one has to marinate in the cerebellum. Look at me, I'm closing my eyes. That one has to marinate in what's called the medulla oblongata. Look at me, I'm closing my eyes, because that was deep and motherfucking profound. So hear me and hear me motherfucking well. The square circle has a square circle inside of it. Let me break that down, what that means. You see, when fighters fight, the most elite fighters, they understand this. When you are a boxer to the magnitude of a Floyd Money Mayweather, Andre Ward, Errol the True Spence, these are era-filled fighters. You cannot outbox these guys. There are guys that their boxing ability is so polished, it's so technically sound, it's so fundamentally sound, you can't outbox them. So for people that think Terence Crawford got better skills, you don't know shit about boxing. For people that think that Terence Crawford is going to basically change it up, he's going to give Errol the True Spence different looks, they don't know shit about boxing, man. Because Errol the True Spence already had the hardest fight of his life, and it wasn't even a real fight. It was the epic sparring match against Floyd Money Mayweather. He saw everything he needed to see. That was an actual chess match. Terence Crawford is too defensively irresponsible.
Go ahead, he knows.
The man has been hurt by guys that are literally smaller than Errol the True Spence. He was hurt by Gamboa. Is your curious Gamboa Errol the True Spence? Stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense and go sit down somewhere. What? Higgity fucking hush. He was hurt by Indongo. Indongo hit this motherfucker with 3 body shots. Go look at the film study. Had his tongue going like this. Is Indongo Errol the True Spence? Stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense and go sit down somewhere. What? Rehiggity motherfucking rehush. Terence Crawford has been hurt by Jose Benavidez. Terence Crawford has been hurt against Shawn Porter. Are these guys Errol the True Spence? Shawn Porter's Mr. Ineffective Aggression. Jose Benavidez is nowhere near Errol the True Spence. A guy who's a one-legged gimp variation. So you really have to ask yourself what it means when we say square circle within square circle. Because boxing at the highest levels is not about shoe shining. See, people want you to think shoe shining is boxing. Shoe shining is showboating. Let me say it again. Shoe shining is showboating. Boxing at the highest levels is jabs. Who can get their jabs off? If you look at the tape, you look at film study, Errol the True Spence is 1,000 times better than Terence Bud Crawford when it comes to jab. Even Shakur Stevenson knew this. This is why when they asked Shakur Stevenson what advantage Errol the True Spence have, go listen to even Shakur Stevenson is telling you within the secrets of the secrets why Errol the True Spence is going to win. He said Errol the True Spence by far has the best jab in boxing. So that means he's going to nullify Terence Crawford. He's going to blind him with the jab. So in the square circle of the square circle, Errol the True Spence already got advantage 1. The jab. Why is the jab so important? Everything is established with the motherfucking jab. Now, what's the second boxing 101? Body work. So Errol the True Spence not only fucking you up upstairs, establishing and setting everything up with the jab, he's fucking you up downstairs by taking the wind out of you. By making you go under what's called the leagues and leagues of water of pressure. This is what pressure is. Each round, you're losing yourself because you're losing your faculties. You're losing your abilities. Errol the True Spence is getting stronger. You're getting weaker. And see, here's the thing with Errol the True Spence. You can't go behind. You can't start off slow. You have to fight Errol the True Spence's fight. And if you are naturally a fighter that starts off slow, you are not going to catch up. Because Errol the True Spence is a master jabber. Whoosh. This is going over the Rudy Poor, the Plum Brains heads. This is going over the classic Golden Troglodytes heads. This is going over the Ultra Fanboys with the Ultra Fanboy Rhetoric heads. Errol the True Spence is a master body puncher. This is why it's called body snatching work. This is why he is the Body Snatcher 2.0 iteration after Marvin Hagler. Even Errol the True Spence, I know he's saying that to sell the fight because he wants Terence Crawford to seem like he's more than he is. Transformers, more than meets the eyes. But let's be honest, he is untransformer. He is Transformers, not more than meets the eyes. He ain't more than meets the eyes because when it's all said and done, this is more like Hagler versus Hearns. This was the same shit they said in the Hagler Hearns. They tried to prop up Hearns like he was something special. Like he was crispier than a 3-piece. Like he was going to go in there and outbox Marvin Hagler. And then Marvin Hagler split his fucking wig. Marvin Hagler dominated him. Marvin Hagler broke him down. That's what's going to happen in Spence versus Crawford. Errol the True Spence is going to systematically break down Terence Crawford. Because when we're talking about the square circle within the square circle, what matters is jabbing, body punching, inches, and distance. And never moving off a center line mass. Nobody moves Errol the True Spence off a center line mass. Terence Crawford has been moved off the center line mass over and over and over again. This is why Gary Russell Jr. was saying, I am not hating on Terence Bud Crawford, but Terence Bud Crawford is defensively irresponsible. Terence Bud Crawford has been hurt by smaller fighters. Terence Bud Crawford makes a lot of key mistakes. Hence the hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Terence Bud Crawford's style is tailor-made to be punished by Errol the True Spence. So if you understand boxing, then you understand this is the brutalizing devastation of utter destruction. Because when we're talking about the square circle within the square circle, we're jabbing, body punching, inches and distance, technicality, fundamentals, being sound, being responsible, and going to the game plan to the T. Errol the True Spence obliterates Terence Bud Crawford. The Megalodon shark eats the fucking guppy. He has Terence Bud Crawford going from to that's the
go ahead, he knows.
That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth telefashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Deeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Deeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.